One of the biggest problems that people who have quit drinking find once they've gone off the alcohol is that they have problems in socializing, right, and going to places where they know there's going to be booze served. And this video is going to be a few tips on how you can deal with that. How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. This video is about 7 tips for things that you can do when you get into those boozy situations, those parties and stuff like that, and what you can do to get out of it, what you can do to save face and to survive the night, you know. You know, we've all been there, right? It was one of the hardest things for me, right, was to go to these places, especially with people who weren't really acceptable of what you were doing, right? And you get the nagging, you get the questioning, you get the stupid looks, you know, of, what? You don't drink? What do you mean you don't drink? Don't drink? What fucking planet are you on, lad? You know, you get the people who all you have to do is look bored for 5 seconds, right? And they'd pounce on you and go, yeah, well, if you were drinking now, you know, you wouldn't be bored, you know. You're bored because you're not drinking. So why don't you have one? Then there are the people who, you know, quite calmly but condescendingly tell you, if you only calm down a little bit, loosen up. Loosen up. One drink is not going to do you any harm. It'll loosen you up a bit. You'll have a bit more fun. And then you have the people who just don't give a fuck. They'll insult you. They get angry. What do you mean you're not drinking? What are you, puff? What are you, some kind of fucking Arab? What is it? Eh? You turning the other side? I've had all of that stuff. And it's not nice, you know, but most of the time it's just over the top of the head, you know, like water off a duck's back, water off a bald man's head. So here's 7 tips, right, to sort of overcome that, you know, and try and help yourself out when you're in those situations. The first tip is to push your own drinks, right? And what I mean by that is either bring your own stuff with you, right? You know, bring a bag full of what you want to drink, stuff that you've either made up at home or stuff that you've bought that you want to drink, right? Or you buy somebody else around, right? Buy the group that you're with and say, look, I don't mind chipping in for a round. You know, I'm not going to be in the group and not buy a round, you know, but, you know, when it's my turn to have a round, this is what I want to drink, right? And it just says that you're not sort of against what they're doing. You're not saying this on grounds of morals or anything like that. You're doing this for your own reasons, and that's it, period, right? And that's sort of, I think a lot of the time when you say you don't drink, you know, I've done this myself, right? I've been like an asshole about it and says, you know, like, I don't drink because I'm thinking about my health, or I don't drink because I've read too many books on it, you know. And in all fairness, I like doing that in every so often, right? And it's with the fucking pushy bastards, you know, when they're sort of giving me a lot of stick about it, and or if somebody sort of is condescending, I'll do it then. Or if somebody is sort of accusing me of being something that I'm not, right? And that I haven't got a handle on what I'm doing, right? That's what they're basically saying. When they call you an alcoholic, they're saying that you haven't got a handle on it, right? That, oh, poor you know, you can't handle the drink, right? No, I can handle the drink, fine, right? I don't drink. I don't put it inside my body, right? That's when I get annoyed. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm getting annoyed now. Number 2 is health. You know, you can use an excuse for health. You can say, well, either I'm taking medication, so I can't drink. You can say, I'm getting up in the morning and I I have to go to the gym. I've got a serious workout in the morning and I can't have a hangover, so I'm not drinking. I'm sticking on the water. Another thing that you can say is that you're driving. I mean, nobody can argue with that. You know, you're designated Desi, as they used to say in Ireland. You're getting behind the wheel of the car, and who's going to argue with that? You know, and a lot of the people that are with you are going to be delighted because you can actually drive them home. If you're going to stay out to the end, that is, you know. And most of the time when I go to a party now, I leave long before the others leave, so I don't even entertain the idea of driving other people home, unless they want to come with me, of course, you know. But most people don't. You know, when I was drinking, the last thing I wanted to do was leave when the soberistas were leaving, you know. No. So another one is to, for a personal thing, is just to look around at the other people around you and realize that you're not the only one that's not drinking alcohol, right? There are plenty of people in there for a variety of reasons, from health reasons. You know, you might see some pregnant people in there, pregnant women who are not drinking because they're pregnant. You might see people who are also designated drivers who are not drinking. You'll see people who, they say, for a variety of different reasons, are not taking in the booze. Another one is just to say confidently, with assurance, I don't drink. You know, be firm and outspoken about it. You know, you don't have to say it in a nasty way. You don't have to say it in a negative way. Put a smile on your face and just go, I don't drink. You know, I think one of the mistakes that people make is they get defensive about they're not drinking, right? And you know, as I say, I can attest to that. I've done that myself in the past. But just say I don't drink, and that's it. And you know, you're going to get some shitty responses off some people. You're going to get some great responses off people. You know, you're going to get some people who are just going to go, fair enough, and that's the way it should be. But you know, other people are going to stick their fucking noses in and give you their point of view and stuff like that. And as I say, over the top of your head, let it go, you know. And finally, as a last resort, number 7, just fake it. You know, get a can of beer, empty out the contents and put water into it and drink out of that, you know, and pretend that you're drinking out of it. And drink something which looks like alcohol, and then use one of your other excuses. Say, no, I'm just having the one because I have to get up early in the morning, you know. And you know, if you get a a tonic water and some ice cubes, then nobody knows that there's no vodka in that or gin in that, you know. The more you get into this, the more you're going to be just so comfortable just saying I don't drink, you know. I've no problem with that now, 3.5 years later. You don't have to make any excuses, but I know how difficult it is in the beginning, not only to get your sort of everyone else around you on the same page as you are, but to get yourself into a different state of mind, you know, to actually say to yourself, yeah, I don't drink anymore, and to believe that about yourself. So these are just 7 things I hope help you in whatever way to make a difference and to not keep you isolated when you go, you know, when you do stop drinking. You know, it's in the first couple of weeks maybe it is a good idea to avoid these places, to avoid places where there's going to be a lot of drinking going on, but you can't hold yourself in isolation for the rest of your life. You have to go out and you have to have fun. And there are going to be times, because alcohol is so widespread and so normalized in our society, there are going to be times when there are going to be people around you getting drunk while you don't drink, right? So hopefully that gives you a little bit of ammunition. That's it for today. I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Stay safe, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Take care.